Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on Casper. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about Casper. Now this is a cryptocurrency I haven't done a video on in a little while, but I continue buying Casper because it's still sitting under 4 cents. And this is a steal of a deal on this cryptocurrency. If you know where Casper's going in the future, you would be buying it up as much as you possibly can, because this has so much potential behind it. And yet so many people in the crypto space are overlooking it right now. So Casper and Casper Labs keeps growing their partnership base. When the masses realize the potential here, there will be no stopping it. Businesses today are facing ongoing challenges to do more with less, requiring leaders to seek new solutions that will allow them to remain competitive. You know what I like about Casper? Once enterprise starts to come on board to crypto, on board to blockchain, they are absolutely going to choose Casper because they make the integration so easy. And that's one of the things I love about this cryptocurrency the most. A wonderful time to buy Casper. The price is incredibly cheap. We see it as one of the historical buying opportunities. Everyone watch out for Casper, the bull's #1 star. Now, Casper has not seen a massive run-up in the past. It has not seen a true bull run. And that's how I know nobody knows the value of this cryptocurrency yet. I still think it's a $3 to $5 crypto in the next run. And yet it's so hard to believe that can happen because it's sitting under 4 cents. But I think there's so much potential here. We're so early in the crypto. You know, we beat the institutional money here. We beat enterprise here. We get to watch it all build out from the bottom up. And I think Casper is so underappreciated, undervalued. So we are entering a world where everything will be tokenized. Casper, alongside with Nucleus Fin, are tokenizing the way financial contracts are written, created, and executed. Today's financial contracts are still piles of paper written by lawyers. Casper changes that. A tokenized economy is an economy in which digital tokens are used to represent ownership or assets or to facilitate transactions. Tokenization involves the use of smart contracts to create and manage digital tokens. Now, tokenization is a $770 trillion market, says the World Economic Forum. So if Casper only grabbed 3% to 5% of that market, Casper would be sitting at massive price points in the future. And you know, the fourth industrial revolution is here right now. And if you invest in the right way, you can become financially free. You could become wealthy out of this. Not rich, wealthy, if you invest in the right way. The president of IPW explaining true use cases of the Casper blockchain for enterprise. Take a listen to this.
25 million patent NFTs. I mean, that's huge, right? It's revolutionary, the technology that we're doing and what we're doing with Casper, and we really believe this is the true manifestation of the promise of blockchain for enterprise. No one ever before has done what we're doing. We are so proud to be introducing the first true blockchain and NFT use case for enterprise. This is how it's going to be adopted. How we've done this, how we got here, IPW's partnered with Clarivate. So Clarivate is going to be, we have a direct data feed from Clarivate. They have the world-class data set on IP. World-renowned, best-in-class. They are going to be feeding our NFTs that we're minting.
So IPW, through the use of Casper, is going to bring enterprise and NFTs together. And did you hear what she said? 25 million patents coming to Casper as well. That's going to be absolutely huge. So Casper allows developers a plug-and-play approach to developing on Casper. No having to learn new or hard-to-learn coding languages, making Casper stand out to blockchain developers switching over from Web 2. Casper is Web 2 developer friendly, making the switch to Web 3 easy. I think Casper is going to be a pioneer when it comes to Web 3. So you see here, developers should not have to deal with new technical barriers. Hard to learn, no tooling, more licensing, expensive, doesn't integrate with current systems. Where's the documentation? No one to call for help. Search for answers online. Community forums. Casper, however, allows you to pick the language that maps to the skills of your team. No new tools needed to get started. Enterprise-grade support. 24/7 monitoring for networks. When you make something that easy, people will want to use it. And that's why I said Casper has everything it takes to bring enterprise adoption on board. So the industry just needs a red hat. A decade from now, you'll be using blockchain tech and not even realizing it. Take it from the CEO at Casper.
Then Red Hat came along and really formalized it. And, you know, Red Hat ended up being a multi-billion-dollar company. Everyone is using, like today, if you took out your phone and you read the news, you used Linux. Your data was fed to you via Linux. Similarly, a decade from now, you will be using blockchain technology and you won't even know it.
You know what I think is great is how we got here early enough. I mean, we beat everybody to the game. You know, institutional money hasn't even got here yet. Enterprise hasn't even got here yet. In the future, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, people are going to be wishing they had a time machine to go back in time and buy Casper under 4 cents. And it happens throughout crypto all the time. Think about it like this. People wish they could go back in time and buy Bitcoin when it was still under $1. They're going to say the same thing about these ISO cryptocurrencies. And, you know, that's why I said we were very lucky to get into crypto at this time right now. So Forest Staking, an institutional-grade, eco-friendly validator service, they provide staking services for enterprise and retail clients while investing in rewilding our planet to help reverse centuries of ecological damage, a trusted Casper client. You know why all of these crypto companies are always talking about going green or buying up into tokenization of carbon credits or getting tied to that market? Because that's where the money is. I don't like the idea of carbon credits at all. I think it's nonsense. But I know why these companies are tied to it, because that's where the money is. Same thing with CBDCs. I'm not a fan of it. But yet I know if I invest in the companies that are tied to CBDCs, I'm going to get absolutely rich in the very near future, because that's where the money is. If you could ignore all the FUD around crypto right now, and you could stay patient and stay positive and continue holding, you will definitely get financial freedom in the future. But you know, everything that people look at as a negative, look at the money that's tied to it. That's where you want to be invested. Casper selected partners. These are just the ones we are aware of. This does not count all the NDAs with Casper. The big one there for me is IBM. I think IBM is Casper's ticket into the new financial system. Casper's definitely going to be ISO ready as well. It's going to be part of the ISO cryptocurrencies. Yet people still keep fighting around that. They keep saying it doesn't say anywhere where Casper is going to be ISO compliant. It absolutely is. That partnership with IBM says it all for me. Then there's this. Take a listen to this right here.
We at Casper, when we built something in finance, we built everything on the what we call the Actus standard. By the way, not just Casper is building on this standard. Cardano has also implemented parts of this standard, certain people in the Ethereum environment. So the standard is the result of the financial crisis in 2008, when some really intelligent people got together and said, we knew we didn't know anything, so we have to change this. And we need to bring transparency to the cash flows on a systemic level, right? The reason why we're building on an open source standard is we want to have asset interoperability, right? So it doesn't matter where the asset's going to live. If the asset lives on Cardano and the asset lives on Casper, or another asset lives on Casper, we need to be able to compare these two assets, right? If it's a bond lives on Cardano, or a bond lives in a, by the way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be on blockchain. If the bond lives, in DTCC, and if the bond lives, in a Morgan Stanley, or in a bank's, lifecycle management system, ideally they're identical, right? And hopefully they're also lifecycle managed identically. The reality is they're not, which is why we have these reconciliation problems, which is why we have these systemic crises from time to time, because people disagree on what certain values are on individual firms' balance sheets.
So that is going to be how we see interoperability expand for Casper through Actus. The Actus standard condenses 98% of all financial activity into 32 algorithmic smart financial contracts, and it will soon be an ISO standard. Casper's just one public chain building on this standard through its joint venture, Nucleus Spin. And like I said, interoperability is going to be very important inside that new financial system. And every one of these ISO coins are going to work side by side, and they're going to be tied together to each other somehow, some way, keeping the system running 24/7 on a daily basis. But like I said, you got to stay patient right now, and you got to stay positive. Everything's building out according to the plan, and I think it's almost put together completely. And once it gets fully finished, they will flip the switch on that new financial system, and all of these cryptocurrencies that are tied to it are going to take off very fast. And now's your chance to buy in while they're still sitting at very undervalued prices. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.